I feel like we use them two Irish potato and bust him backside. What? They don't remember. They cannot recall how they contributed, these criminals. It's like him take up Siaga's playbook, Courtney, and say I'm going to finish it on the people of Jamaica.
Me sure me can. Me no call no who.
When the people come poor and broke and curse, now is the time for the found to liberate and take on yourself out of that. Broke the chain and broke the shackle, Courtney. Broke it up.
We're coming through. We're coming through. Reverse the curve. Send back the order. Reverse the curve. Send back the order. Where he come from? Anywhere he come from. If a Jamaica, if a Clarendon, if a St. Thomas he come from, St. Mary, send it back, send it back. We don't want to hear ya. Come out of Jamaica, leave we Highland, leave Jamaica. Leave Jamaica. We say leave Jamaica. We are going to go Jamaica.
I'm not sorry, no, me not sorry. Me listen to Pdtv show.
Put up Pdtv there.
So many things I did not know until I tuned in on this show. I'm not sorry.
Oh yes.
No, me not sorry.
Oh yes.
No, me not sorry.
No, you have to sing it. Wait. But that though, the then opposition leader criticized then Minister of Finance to saying that it's hypocritical and it's wrong to have taken the monies from the NHT.
Absolutely.
And now he's taking away $11 billion annually from the NHT.
Which he has done.
That hypocrisy.
So I showed it because I think it's important, again, for the young people to understand. From 2012, not only did they just criticize it, they took, not the JLP, but there was a court action supported by the JLP.
By the leader of the opposition then.
Yes, to take
the government to court.
Right. They lost. But he went on about how this was depriving people of houses, etc., etc. Now, you would have thought, having taken such a strident view on it, that if they came into power in 2016, they wouldn't have continued it. Well, not only have they continued it, they did it for 10 years, and now they have expanded it by another 5 years.
So that's another 50, that is basically
15 years.
Robbing the poor people of this country.
So let me explain what it means. It means for so many Jamaicans who desire to own a house, who can't afford a house because the 50 million house them outside the reach of the majority of Jamaicans. The NHT was built to support working Jamaicans, to support your teachers, your nurses, your firemen, your soldiers, your entrepreneurs, the BPO workers. It was meant to build houses for them. And a big part of the problem we have is that young people don't see a future in Jamaica because they can't buy a house.
So I want to ask you, you're a maths man, you're a numbers man. The $11 billion, how many people does that deny getting a house annually?
So if you look at what a starter unit would cost to implement by NHT, which is around $11 to $12 million, easily you could build 1,000 new houses every year with that money.
So basically, Holness has denied 15,000 Jamaicans and 15,000 families an opportunity for the past. We are at 10,000. We are at 10 years now.
Yes, right.
So he has denied 10,000 households an opportunity for a house, plus the next 5 years at 11 billion. That's
Correct.
Another 5,000 households he has denied an opportunity to get a house.
Correct. Now, let me explain. The number one priority for every Jamaican is to own their own house.
Yes, man.
Number one, right? And once Jamaicans buy a house, let me tell you what happens. They buy a house, it might be a starter unit. They're going to build on it. They might go up or they might go to the side as the family grows. As their income increases, they might decide, all right, we can move out of this area and step up and buy something else. So them rent out the first house. That's how you have economic activity and growth, you know. Let's say the same husband and wife now, who own the house, decide they want to start a little business. And the bank said, why, if you want to borrow the money, you need the collateral. They can use the house as collateral to borrow the money so them can start the business. Now, so that is why
denies many of those small households the opportunity for them to get a partner draw.
Absolutely.
Mighty God.
Because home ownership is a way to raising capital. If you own your house, you can put up as collateral.
My.
So it's not just the fact that you don't have the house, but all the benefits that come through home ownership, which can help families to grow and expand and to become wealthier. And there's nothing wrong with becoming wealthier once you do it legitimately. Those opportunities have been denied. So because we have to take out this money every year.
So they have denied the people access to those housings. And they have denied the people access to those monies. What would you have done with the $11 billion?
Okay, so what we propose putting that money back into NHT for NHT to build houses, and importantly, to support the people in Western Jamaica who still have not recovered from the hurricane. Now, one of the things we must.
You said something in Parliament on Thursday. This government is hiding behind the Hurricane Melissa relief. Explain what you meant by that.
All right, so that's what I explained is that Jamaica for the last 2 years, the government has sold off future revenues from both our airports to fund the two budgets.
Yes.
So in 2023-24, they raised $70 billion from selling off. So let me explain what I mean so I can break it down.
Yes.
Every year, the airport earns revenues from passengers who come in and airplanes who fly into Jamaica. And so every year, there are revenues which come to the Airports Authority of Jamaica. What the government did was to sold off 12 years of future revenues so that they could fund the budget. So let me give you the equivalent. Let's say you're having some trouble with your rent money this month. You go to your boss and say, boss, I want to advance of 12 months, 1 year advance on my salary.
Yes.
So I can pay the rent. But the question is, what happens next month? You pay all the money now. So they did that in 2023-24 with Norman Man, the airport. In 2024-25, they did the same thing with Sandstone Airport and sold out 10 years of the future revenues to fund the budget. Now, Hurricane Melissa or not, the question is, what would they have found this year to sell so that they could fund the budget? There's nothing there. So the point I'm trying to make is that Hurricane Melissa dealt a significant blow to the country. But so Jamaica would have had a challenge funding and supporting this budget, even if there was no Hurricane Melissa, because our revenues have not kept a pace with our expenses. It's like you're an individual. If you have spent too much and you're not earning enough, then you're going to have a problem. You can't continue borrowing for support the difference.
True.
And that's where they were. But our issue is that right now, there are thousands of Jamaicans right now who don't have a roof over their head. They might be catching with a relative or a friend. Some of them still asleep in a car. Some of them still sleeping in cars.
The NHT has not even started any housing solutions in Western Jamaica.
Right. So why are we taking, at this point in time, when there is such a need for housing, taking that money and putting it in the General Consolidated Fund? Now more than ever, the money needs to go into providing solutions and relief to those people who are most affected by the hurricane. That's what we're saying.
So you and Mark Golding would have turned party action from the NHG to the people in Western Jamaica.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, let's give them some credit. The government started a roof program and they've been providing some support. But
The ROOP program is insufficient, and that
It's not sufficient. So, for example,
$20,000.
if you lose your entire house mash up, you get $500,000.
What is that?
Where would you start? Where would you start? And there are thousands of people who their entire house was mashed up. Where would you start? If you lose your roof, you might get $150,000. The point is, yeah, the government doing something, but it's just not sufficient to deal with the scale of the problem that exists. And that's why we said the NHG money should go back into supporting the people who have been most affected by the hurricane.
I want to go a little further tonight. The finance minister has spoken that she's going to use a sugar tax so as a mechanism to collect monies from the poor people of this country. Is this sugar tax? They're saying it's a way of reducing the consumption of sugar. Is the sugar tax going to reduce the consumption of sugar?
No, not the way it is formulated now. So if you're going to do a tax at all, the best way to deal with getting the health benefits is to have what you call a tiered or graduated tax. What that means is that the sweeter the drink, the more tax you pay. Now, if you had that, manufacturers and importers would be forced to reduce the sugar content in their drinks so that people won't be consuming heavy sugar content. But I give you 3 examples. One drink have 2 grams of sugar.
Yes.
The next drink have 8. The third one have 20 grams of sugar. The government plan is to tax all 3 of them the same. Now, if you tax,
that makes no sense.
What incentive is there for the one with 20 grams of sugar to reduce the sugar? No, there's none. What you should have done is implement a tax where the drink which have 20 grams of sugar is taxed significantly more than the one with 8. And the one with 8 is taxed more than the one with 2. And then you say to the manufacturers, I am going to give you 3 months, 6 months, whatever the time period is, to come back and reformulate your drinks. So you shouldn't come back to me with drinks that have 20 grams of sugar. Reduce it.
Makes sense.
That is
the more you reduce the usage of sugar in the drink,
the less you pay.
Should have been the less taxes you pay.
Correct. That is how you change behavior. But the reality is they're not about changing behavior. They just want the money.
So it's all about the money, and it's not about the campaign that Christoph started talking about reduction in sugary drink.
No, sir. Because frankly, why are they doing it just now? If they were really interested in behavior change, why didn't they implement this years ago? The only thing that has driven this is that they need a revenue.
Yes.
They have used the health reason as the excuse for implementing it. But if you want to change behavior, there are better ways to change behavior. Now, why you think people buy these sweet drinks? Because there are no alternatives.
Talk to the people tonight. Because you live amongst the people, you see when you go in Swallowfield, you see the cries of the ordinary Jamaican.
Absolutely, and I was there last night.
Beerval tonight. What is the reality of the poor people in this country?
So when that liquor drink that you tax, when move from about $60, the chubby to about 80 or 90. Now understand, take the single mother who do household work and is on minimum wage, and she can only afford to give her child $500, right? Which is lunch money, bus fare, right? The child might buy a patty, which are $300.
Yes.
Right? And them still have some change. So them buy the little chubby drink at $50 or $60. Yes. And now gone to 80 or 90. They have less money. Now, the health people are saying, oh, we should choose healthy alternatives. But what is the healthy alternative? Coconut water is $300.
$300 for one nice turmeric or one green juice boost.
$300. So yes, people who have higher disposable incomes can make those choices. But for the single mother on minimum wage, she can't make a choice. So when you push up the price of the liquor chubby, it's not that she's going to buy coconut water or the natural juice. She can't afford it.
True.
So you just sucking more money now out of her little earnings. And you making her poorer. And you making it harder for her to send her them to school. That's the only thing you accomplish with the way they have done this tax. Nothing more.
The tax that they say on ICT, that tax.
Well, this, I must tell you the honest truth is that the minister came twice to Parliament to explain this thing, and up to now, people still don't know what she planned to do. The first time when she came, the assumption was that this was being done on your streaming the things, like, for example, Netflix, Spotify. Those were the things that you would have to pay taxes on.
Yes.
But when she came last Tuesday now, she introduced a new dimension.
What is the new?
Basically now, for all online shopping, you're going to have to pay the tax.
Yes, I mean, Temu,
Shein, Amazon.
Hey, Ballard! What you said that? No. Mr. Robinson, what you said, Fairman said?
I'm saying she said online sales are killing retailers in Jamaica, and they have to level the playing field, and that people who shop online need to pay taxes. So for all the Shein, all the Temu, all the Amazon, you are now going to be taxed.
What can go so?
She didn't say that the first time, but that's what she...
Wait, Mr. Robinson is muted. Ishmael, you needed to play the ball out. Why you play what can go so?
Ball out! Online shopping.
So you're saying tonight...
Well, I asked Damien...
Mr. Robinson,
I'm saying tonight.
I want you to repeat what favor will you, and I'm asking you all to go make this go viral. You are saying she's saying that she's going to tax the people on Temu and Shein.
Correct. All online shopping.
And what will that tax look like?
You'll be paying GCT, right? So if the item costs, let's say $100, you're paying the 15% GCT, which would move up to $115. But I want to go further though.
Yes.
There is a contradiction in what the government is doing.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember, 2 or 3 years ago, Nigel Clark came to the Parliament.
Nigel Clark, yes.
Was going to increase the limit, the tax-free limit, from $50 to $100 in terms of what you could buy online and bring in. And then if you are traveling, he would increase the limit from $500 to $1,000. Now, having done that 2 years ago, to increase the limit, to make it ease the burden on people who do the shopping, the government now is taking back that money.
Yes.
By introducing the tax on digital services. So you give it up 2 years ago, and now you take it back. So when you look at
that is not a good trait. That is a dishonorable trait.
Yeah. So I have said to the minister, when she come and close the debate week after next, tell the people specifically what you're taxing. Make the people know. How can you be introducing a tax and you're not specific about what you're going to tax? And the other issue is how you're going to collect the tax.
Yes, now, that tax is collected. Though.
Yes, because are you going to go to Amazon, Shein, Temu, and say to them, anytime you see somebody come from Jamaica, you're going to have to bill them and then pay that to the government?
But then the consumer can go around that and have people in the other states, send them to Jamaica. So it is not a good taxing mechanism. It seems it was done premature, like how she did the premature max for the Pro Box savings last year.
Absolutely. I don't think it was thought through properly because none of those platforms none is going to change their billing and their accounting processes just for Jamaica. Jamaican consumption from those platforms is small in the relative scheme of things to their overall sales. So they're not going to go through the hassle of changing up their platforms to suit Jamaica. Now the question is how the minister going to collect the money. She may say to the banks in Jamaica, whenever you see a transaction that say Temu or Shein or Amazon, add the tax on it.
That means that people will now start seeing their transactions from NCB and Scotia something and them and say this look unauthorized and then start questioning.
Yeah, that's one way she could go. But even so, that is not a foolproof way, because as you said, what I might do now, instead of using my Jamaican credit card, I'm going to ask my brother who live a foreign to buy it online and send it come to me. Or you're going to capture it then.
So that is another gap you saw. You saw, so we're looking at the gaps in the budget.
Yeah.
So you speak about the gap of the sugary drink. We're talking about the gap of the taxes on ICT. We also talk about the $11 million. What are some other areas of the budget debate that you really have significant worries about?
So when I looked at it, the government recognized they had a gap, and then they looked for the easiest way to fill that gap without any consideration for the impact that this would have 4 months after the hurricane on the most vulnerable. For the people them who lose them entire house, the people them who lose them farm, them chicken, old people who live on pension. And so they have implemented in what I call the laziest taxes ever to collect the most money without consideration for those who are hurting. And it's the poor. The people who are less poor have options. They don't have to drink the little sugary drink, right? They can find ways around the digital tax. But the people who are going to be stuck are going to be those who have no options, the most vulnerable. They are increasing the environmental levy, which is a tax that is placed on manufacturers and importers.
Yes.
What that means is that is going to be passed on to everybody else. None of those people absorb those costs. They simply pass it through. So what it means is the cost of goods are going to increase, which means you're going to put more pressure on the people who are already feeling the most pressure. It can be right 4 months after a hurricane, when people have not recovered yet. They haven't got their lives back on their feet. You need to be putting in place policies to support them and make them get back on their feet quicker, not taxing them more.
What happened to the 32,000 that was promised to the people?
Well, I don't know if when the Prime Minister speaks on Thursday, we'll hear. I don't know.
But can the country manage a 32,000 minimum?
Not at this time. I mean, it was said to be phased in, but even with phasing in, remember, teachers have helpers, policemen have helpers. Many people who are on fixed salaries have helpers because they have children, they need the support at home, right? Yes. So, absolutely, we have to increase the minimum wage, because what it is at now can't afford somebody to live properly. But you also have to look on the other side of the equation, is that who are the people who employ, for example, helpers in their homes? And so you may struggle where you have people on fixed incomes being able to afford the $32,000 a week when we get to that point. Because many people who are hiring helpers are earning that kind of money.
Wow.
They have their own salaries.
In your final analysis tonight, Mr. Robinson, because I know you have a long week ahead of you. You have 2 budget presentations to listen to this week. And I'm sure you have your constituents and many other things, including people and your daughter to attend tomorrow morning. What would you have done differently had you been sitting in the chair?
Sure. So what we looked at how would the government be able to raise the revenues without imposing taxes?
Yes.
And so what we did, the first thing we have always looked at the issue of, are we collecting all the taxes that are out there to be collected? And I remember about a month ago, there was a story in the media where the TAJ, Tax Authority of Jamaica, had actually found 11 used car dealers who owed $4 billion in taxes. And they took them to court. Imagine that. 11 used car dealers who owed $4 billion in taxes.
Wow.
11. Now, can you imagine how many, because they were filing nil returns while they were doing a lot of business. Now, can you imagine how many businesses out there who should be paying taxes and are not? So our view is that compliance and improving compliance can improve what we take in taxes without having to impose new taxes. And there's a new system that we're recommended called electronic invoicing. What that does, it will link TAJ to all the major businesses that pay GCT and special consumption tax. Once transactions are done, invoices are created, that information is automatically uploaded and shared with TAJ so that at the end of each period, TAJ knows that you are supposed to be paying $100 as an example, versus the $80 that you're paying. So TAJ is better able to fully collect the taxes that it should. That system, we believe, can be implemented in this year coming up. It would require it being mandatory, so there will be some legislative changes.
Yes.
May involve some upgrade of their ICT infrastructure to do it, but we know it can be done within this year. So that's one way of closing the gap without imposing new taxes. The second program we put on the table is what we call a digital nomad program.
Yes.
What that means are, there are a lot of people in the world now. The world has changed after COVID, right? What COVID showed is that you can stay one place in the world and you can provide your services to somebody who's in a different part of the world. Meaning you don't have to go into an office to work to provide value. And so many countries early in the game after COVID introduced programs where people could come to their country, they would rent an Airbnb for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, them have their computer, and they are working there providing service to their clients all over the world. Jamaica should be in that game. Why? We have the capacity, we have the rooms, we have the Airbnbs, we have the villas, right? Both in Kingston and all over the country. We have fairly good internet infrastructure, which allows people to be online all the time and serving their clients, right? That program by itself, and I estimated that we could have 5,000 people coming in the first year, would generate 1.5 billion in revenue for the government.
Wow.
But more importantly is the economic activity. When somebody comes here,
economy going.
Yeah, man, they must spend money at supermarket or shop.
They must spend money.
Out,
they must spend money with the local artisans.
With the local artisans.
The local restaurants.
The local restaurants.
The Burger King.
Absolutely. So money is generating and coming in the economy. So we looked at the government should introduce this program because Jamaica, we get 4 million visitors a year. There's no reason why we can't get 5,000 of these people.
Wow.
So we are saying tax should not be a first option. Look at how you can generate, particularly when it is only 4 months after the hurricane and people still are struggling. What you said to the lady in Savlamar, in Russia, who have our hairdressing salon, were blow down, and she can't earn. Wow. Because the people around her can't go to her for the hair or the nails, everything mash up. How you going to tell her no that she must pay more for the chubby drink for sending her to school when she don't get back on her feet yet? How you tell the man, the farmer in Katadupa, who entire crop mash up? Yes. No rebuild nothing. You gotta tax him more?
What a wicked and unconscionable government.
You can't do that, man. You can't do that. Not right now.
Nikisha remind you know. It's really have the video where Nikisha remind you know. Hot girl Nikisha, boy, she's sexy bad. She's sexy. Hey, Nikisha sexy in a quite. No, sir. It's really have the video with Nikisha. When the truth be revealed, Jamaica. The man, lest you forget, he's literally cost Portia. Remind him, Ishmael. Go back into the archives and make them see what happened in the days of Portia Simpson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My administration made every effort to protect the most vulnerable, even though we were faced with an economy about to collapse, no support from multilateral partners, high and unsustainable levels of national debt, mounting joblessness, and skyrocketing inflation, which is the worst tax on the poor people. My biggest concern is what effect this recklessness will have on the long-term health of the economy. After all, the sacrifices that the Jamaican people have made to achieve economic stability, the country cannot stand by and let this government squander the hard-won gains. I remember 2011 when the previous JLP government unilaterally abandoned the standby agreement without implementing the necessary reform measures to which they had agreed. Mr. Speaker, the consequences were devastating. Do you remember that our economy was closed off from access to the international financial markets and from multilateral and bilateral funding sources? Do you remember that we lacked the IMF seal of approval, which is a precondition for such financing? Do you remember that no one would lend Jamaica money at affordable rates and that our foreign reserves were dwindling? Do you remember that investor confidence had dried up? Do you remember the trust deficit? Jamaica was on the edge of a precipice. Jamaica was hanging by a thread. Many pundits had written us off. Mr. Speaker, many Jamaicans would not have known the extent to which we worked as a government to restore Jamaica's standing with the IMF and other international partners. I remember how utterly discouraging and at times embarrassing it was for us. There were those within the international financial community who felt that Jamaica should be allowed to fail. The actions of the previous government led them to believe that Jamaica could not be trusted. No one was willing to bank on Jamaica. Mr. Speaker, that is why it took my administration 1 year to get an agreement.
1 year.
Once we had an agreement, many said we would not stay the course. I was described as too populist. Well, any politician that don't have some popularity dead. Many said I did not have the guts to implement the tough measures required to fix Jamaica's economy. I don't know who wanted to test the strength of a woman. They said I would not use my political capital. Well, we proved all the naysayers wrong. We were determined to restore Jamaica's honor, dignity, and good name in the world. And Mr. Speaker, we did all of this in the interest of the Jamaican people.
Jamaica. That is Portia Lucretia Simsimina, reminding Andrew Michael Holness of what they did to this economy. She reminded them because come Thursday, Andrew Holness is going to tell you about FinSac. But he doesn't remember to tell you about how him and Siaga benefited. Who remember how Siaga? A lot of you don't remember, you know. Ishmael, play that report and remind them tonight of how Siaga Jamaica, Edward Philip George Siaga, was one of the pioneer architects into the crisis in the financial sector. Listen to this. Just a moment. Just a moment. Just one moment. Yes, Jamaica. So when you see what is happening, do you all remember? Many of you don't remember. Let me give you the context tonight. Remember that Andrew Holness was Edward Philip George Seaga's secretary, you know? Right?
Of course.
Based on the reports of the 1990s surrounding the financial sector meltdown in Jamaica, put up Edward Seaga's picture. Seaga had a substantial outstanding loan with a local financial institution, which created controversy regarding his criticism of the banking sector. Reports indicated that the company associated with Seaga had a loan of approximately US $22 million through the Century National Bank. The debt was reportedly meant to be a part of the refinancing packages aimed at consolidating his debts, but the loan was missed by both the bank and the auditors, according to the report. The incident was also contentious, with critiques such as Finance Minister at the time accusing Seaga of trying to play politics and diverting attention away from his own financial relationships with the bank. So Seaga never want to pay back the bank, you know, Courtney.
And then get the loan.
Which eventually saw the temporary closure of the Century National Bank. But Jamaica, they always speak about FinSac. Wasn't Seaga one of them who benefited from FinSac? They always come with this FinSac dopey story and lie. But not remembering how they mash up the economy. How they massacre the economy. Are you ready for me, Ishmael? Are they don't remember Jamaica. They don't remember. They cannot recall how they contributed, these criminals. So when they come, and I know tomorrow Mark Golding must mash down them. Say that, Courtney. Mash down that lie.
Mash down.
We are mash it down, Jamaica. Every
down.
going to build it back, but we have to mash it down, Jamaica.
Mash down for somebody.
We are mash down the lies. They mash up the economy in 4 years. Between Bruce Golding and Andy Shaw, they never even showed up for one of the IMF tests. And it was Portia and Peter Phillips who had to go all over the world and reclaim the history to restore Jamaica financial credibility. So when you see these duppet stories and these goons, say goons, Jamaica. Say goons, Courtney.
Goons.
That is why they must release the report. Release the report because we want to see all who benefit. If a Labour benefit and PNP, we want to see all who benefit from the financial meltdown. Release the SSL report. You think say FinSac Act? Release the SSL. And now is the time for the PNP to do it. Because for years the JLP has demonized the PNP.
No one talks about how Jamaica's debt exploded under Edward Seaga. Not reduced, not stabilized, exploded. Before the 1980 election, he promised a full economic reset. He opened up the economy, rebuild investor confidence, cut government waste, and bring back foreign investment. He vowed to create a fertile climate for foreign and local investment and make Jamaica the success story of the Caribbean. But a few years later, Seaga was blamed by US experts for Jamaica's poor economic outlook. They warned that the government failed to create the investment climate it promised. Washington was shocked. This was the man they backed to prove free market economics could work in the Caribbean. And while the reform stalled, Jamaica's debt skyrocketed. According to the ODI's study using IMF data, Jamaica entered 1980 already carrying around 120% of GDP in debt. But the IMF says that during the 1980s, the debt-to-GDP ratio shot up to near 200% of GDP. That's one of the worst debt spikes in the Western Hemisphere during that period. By 1989, economists say Jamaica's debt was around 150% of national income. External debt exceeded 200% of export earnings. So, while Jamaican politics in the 80s gets the most attention, Tivoli, the Cold War, Seaga versus Manley, the real story is the debt crisis. Because when Seaga failed to deliver the investment boom he promised, Jamaica was forced into decades of borrowing, IMF agreements, wage freezes, and slow growth that shaped life well into the 2000s.
Do you see what is happening? The same thing, Courtney, of this administration is the same thing of Edward Seaga. They discontinued the Cuban program, Edward Seaga, Andrew Holness. Then put the country in economic turmoil, Edward Seaga, Andrew Holness. Are you aware that Edward Seaga never even wanted to pay almost $150 million in taxes? Are you aware, Jamaica? I am bringing up the files tonight. The Privy Council yesterday ruled against Edward Philip George Seaga, holding that his firm, Town and Country Resource, was responsible for near $150 million in unpaid GCT. And penalties owed by the Enchanted Gardens, the Hillside Hotel, is operated in Ocherias. What can go so? You see, when I come back, I tell you, I come back with fire for them, you know. Seaga, the opposition leader, had insisted that the liabilities was not his company, but properly belonged to an American firm, DHC Ocherias Hospitality Corporation, which had a contract to manage the hotel and was in the effect the operator in the context of the law. Do you see the similarities? Wellness 28 bank account, uncertified behavior is start, Courtney. Behavior is start, Jamaica.
Choose Jamaica for our prosperity. Choose Jamaica, this is what it really means.
So when I tell them, match me with the facts tonight, you labor right goons. Match me with the facts tonight, labor right goons. It's now the PNP must go in your archives and find the truth. Find the truth, Jamaica, and let them see. Ishmael, don't play that truth, Jamaica. It will trigger me. If it costs something, I don't want to cost it tonight. Like father, like son, these political goons and tootsies. They have ruined Jamaica. So when you hear that the Seaga, just like Holness, abandon the Cubans. It is now the time for the PNP Political Education Department to make Jamaica aware. What has happened? Tonight, Cuba is without light, without electricity, Courtney. We have how many students in Cuba, and Holness has not even rescued one from coming out. Not even one, Courtney. Not even one. Just as how he didn't rescue the students out of Russia.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything.
And when they are through Jamaica, Tufton come to make you know that come the 20th, all of the Cuban agreement with Jamaica has abandoned. And people are going to say that I'm treasonous. When people need surgeries, Jamaica, when people need eye surgeries, when people need free glasses, the entire country, and we are our Caribbean neighbors, over 300 Jamaican students are in Cuba tonight. Just like his political father. Go and look in your history. It's not the first time Jamaica abandoned the Cubans. It happened under Seaga's watch. The IKEA program now, Jamaica. The eye care program is now. So Ishmael, play what Tufton say about the eye care program.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness says the Cuban eye care program in its current form will end this month.
The announcement was made at a press conference earlier today and follows the discontinuation of the medical program last week.
Jamila Maitland has the details.
The Jamaica-Cuba Eye Care program will continue. That's the intention.
That's because the Ministry of Health and Wellness is uncertain about the form it'll take after March 20, when the Cuban Eye Care program is expected to end. It's one of the ripple effects of the termination of the existing arrangement with the Cuban government. The issue is that there is no clear commitment from the Cuban healthcare workers, at least none that the government was able to comment on at this time. What is the take-up like, the individual contracts since being offered, and how confident is the ministry that the healthcare workers will take up some of these individual contracts?
Let me say that the conversations are continuing, and I don't think it would be appropriate for me to comment publicly on where we are in terms of numbers and so on, because I think we have to have discussions before we conclude on numbers. And it's a recent offer, and there has to be some time allowed to determine where we go and where we will end up.
Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says some eye surgeries will continue as scheduled.
Its operations will continue by the Cuban team up to the 20th of March. There's an agreement on that. And for the remainder of the program's operations, services will be limited to surgery and post-operative care.
The Cuban Eye Care program has been around for decades. Dr. Tufton says the government has not lost focus of the impact, recognizing that thousands of Jamaicans have benefited over the years. He says the ministry will be outsourcing some ophthalmology services to the private sector to ensure that the program continues.
Patients, therefore, who previously received surgery under the program are encouraged to attend their scheduled follow-up appointments to ensure proper recovery and continue care. In the meantime, we are working, and I've started that, on alternative arrangements to ensure the continuity of the screening program through a combination of our internal capacity as well as through some outsourcing arrangements.
Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.
The more I hear of these nasty, dirty rapists of this country, it's the more I'm annoyed. Courtney, the man said that they're going to turn over the services to private ophthalmologists, etc., etc. You're not even paying the people to monitor the where's the CT scan or the MRI machine them. How then you go and maintain Christopher Tufton? Because these journalists don't know to ask these questions. You know what I've asked? You are unable to pay your constant supplies, then can't even pay for the medication. How then are you going to pay the ophthalmologist to do the work? Or you go and pay the ophthalmologist to do the work, Christopher? I'm going to take people for going, you know. Only take people for real fool and kuno money in this country. How is it Courtney is going to say him going to get ophthalmologists to do it? No, your top and his friend them not do it free. Unlike the Cubans who understood the assignment of what? Proper universal health care. The Jamaican people get poked. The Jamaican people get poked, Courtney. The Jamaican people get poked. So you're not going to have a lot more cataract cases where people can't pay for it. This is gentrification. The Jamaican people get poked. Who is going to stand up for the Jamaican people? Who is going to stand up, Courtney?
Yes, nobody.
Hear what Trump say, you know? The embargo will end when Cuba buys into the new Cuba. Who will be next? Remember, Jamaica has oil. Vows to take Cuba as island reels from oil embargo. Who will be next? Who will be next, Courtney?
I don't know.
President Trump can get up tomorrow morning and walk in and storm in as he has been storming into different countries.
All over the world.
What about the cancer patients? What about those patients that need surgeries? So just like father, like son.
Yeah.
Siaga was not a good recipe for this country. And wholeness is a further disaster for this country. And what Siaga never get to finish is like him take up Siaga's playbook, Courtney, and say, I'm going to finish it on the people of Jamaica. What Siaga was not able to finish, he decides to turn around. The capitalist principles. The people suffer and they are good. So his protege decides to come. You know how many poor peoples and mothers tonight? I feel so hurt by this. Because we don't have the medical professionals to fill the gap. Where are you going to go? The Philippines and Africa? The Philippines and Africa? It's really sad. It's really sad. And I want to say, Jamaica, even if there were gaps, wholeness sat with the Cubans. He slept with the Cubans for 10 years. And he decides to abruptly end.
Just like that.
End all diplomatic relations with somebody who spent 50 years to build. Remember, Cuba can't come tomorrow and say, let us destroy all of the schools we built for Jamaica. Allow me to tell. The Jose Marti, the G.C. Foster, the Garvey Mossea. I tell you sometimes, Jamaica, they're from the synagogue of Satan. And people wonder, what does teacher mean by the synagogue of Satan? It's only a Satanist would do like what Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness is the epitome of Satanism. Only a Satanist would see, and I'm going to say the country is royally poked.
Some people are really back and belly rat, you know. Real back and belly rat, you know. It ball out. Whoa, yo. And not even no matter how she sound, she's trying to weaponize the municipal corporations who her minister, her federal party member, not giving any money. When last you hear any of the municipal councils get no money? When last you hear any of the municipal councils get no money for do anything? Her party is in power. In order for them to get the money, the Ministry of Finance have to send it to Minister of Local Government and them send it over to the municipal corporations for the road to be done. She ever say, if him get the money and if him can fix it, how you know so the man I get any money? Most times these monies come from central government. Most of the time. You see what me say? You know what me I go do? Me I go allow Andre to come fix it. You're too wicked, man. Because she knows, say, she knows they're not getting any money. And then the same people them where use the road, they're going to be upset with the council because she go say, and the council have to fix that road there, you know. And see it, and me have to do it. And me have to do it. I set them and set up the man, you know. Set them and set him up, you know. Company. One Marship on the app, man. Father Marsh, what go on? Afternoon. Talk to me.
Good afternoon. You know, you asked the right question at the beginning of my program, you know.
Yes.
What would P. Andrew Wellness, sir? To fix the problem, I continue to blame the PNP.
It look like I have to blame the PNP.
Because all in common, you know, is the Adam and Eve syndrome, you know. Remember, say Adam blamed the woman.
Apple. I know me near me apple. Ooh, near me apple. You know? Sneeze. Come the mash go play, man. Sneeze. Tastadly. Ooh, stole the cookie from the cookie jar. A PNP. Ooh, yes, you. Could it be? Me. Then it's a P.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo.
People. So, now, Andrew Wellness is not certified. And the people them who they cannot certify him, I wonder if I'm going to blame the PNP for that.
Yes, of course. What else should he do? Of course.
And remember the people them who him put there, you know. And him put them down on the PNP.
Oh,
and then,
Lord.
So, you mean, I know how am I going to blame the PNP? Can't blame the PNP for that.
You sure?
You can't say something, man. How am I going to blame the PNP?
Him can't say tricks you.
No, Andrew Wellness, the urban center, St. Thomas, where him and his friend and tell lie. Lie. So that's a him. So the government built it, you know. It turned out now that's a lie. And he go there, go down, scumming out with his friend them, and fully labor right them. That time the place never even finished. Because they now know way for him to do shit. But it never string up no electric light, not there yet, no nothing. I wonder if him I got blame the PNP for that.
Yeah, man, at them, man.
Yeah, then tell such a blatant lie. The man lie, that's the road them. When he know nothing to say climate change cause the road them to mash up. So he tell life and nature. Right? When I road them a bill good. The road when making friend them bill at St. Thomas. Same time when the road bill it start to mash up same time. Andrew Wellness, you blame the PNP for that too?
You want me answer that?
He life.
Well, you know, the government is trying to fix. You know, we're trying to fix the all the hardships that we have endured under the previous party.
What can go so
power and tell you that they are trying? You should kick them ass out of power. You don't imply nobody to try. We don't imply nobody to try.
Try no mean
them to do.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So no come tell me about not try. When you're a thief, you not try thief. You just thief straight up. Right? So no come tell me about your try.
Are we at your pan?
Anybody who a thief, anybody who a thief, then not try, then try if it thief, then just thief straight up.
Thief in a necktie.
Look at Cornwall Regional. Look how long Christopherson and the JLP and then tell lie. He never try. Market me. He never try. I want to market me. And then you can't blame the PNP for market me. When the Christopherson can't blame. How much million?
Ball out!
The millions where Top Tan sweetheart get. Oh, you're going to blame the PNP for that. Can't blame the PNP for everything.
You know, maybe our ex-man was PNP. So she
lion thief in directly. That's why Satan say him don't want Andrew Warnes and the JLP down there, no. Because of that thief for the thing them will catch the fire down there. Because the man then lie and thief and lie. I wonder if I'm going to walk out of Parliament today.
Hey.
That somebody saying can't walk today because nothing wrong, because Quorum I did this year when can't walk. He can't walk out. Can't not make any sense.
Got 28 of them.
Yeah. So then can't mess with the constitution and them thing there anymore. The man and too lie and thief. The man lie till the man, remember I said the man will tell lie, say, bomb threat up my house. No take out nobody out of the house or do no nothing. The man, hey, you realize the man Cliff used them as same breed of dog. You remember
what kind of dog that? What kind of dog?
One breed of dog, man. No good dog. And it's mongrel. I must say one. I mean, no. Everything that you want a dog, then it sound like the name of Shih Tzu.
Ball out!
Use him in going on a motor car and damn horse shoot out the window from inside. The splinter drop out the door because you're the outside and shoot the car, you know, the splinter should have go on the inside. The force I bullet should have put it inside, you know.
Yeah, man, the law of applied force, yeah.
Yeah, to that go inside and then take out that and labor right me on that, you know. You know, a good friend of yours said something.
Of mine? Who that know?
Yes, that's something in there will make good sense.
Yeah.
If only shit one piece of bread and put a next piece on it and get the labor right them and tell them to eat it, they would eat it and say that it's hamburger.
Who said that?
One good friend of yours. That's why trouble me not call nobody name about no place.
Okay.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo.
Yo, Marshy, be easy, you know.
Yeah, the man that say the labor right now, then you that's a hamburger. The man go, hey, the man want dangerous demagogue, you know.
Yeah.
Dangerous demagogue, the man is. The man lines that, let me tell you one next lie and tell them.
Yeah.
And if fully labor right, the man get the vote, more double minimum wage. You will never see that anytime soon.
You know what double today when me hear on the news, Marshy? Taxi fare.
Then all right.
16% will be on taxi fares.
Help. We key out of the letter.
We need your divine intervention.
Remember that Peter Phillips, they put on an edge and the oil and charge $7 something per liter to pay the insurance. That if the oil moved from $62 a barrel, we wouldn't pay any more because the insurance would cover it.
Yes.
Now, Andrew Warnes came along and he moved the head, say it's not necessary. But he collect the money same way. Where you collect the money from, you're not going to use it on the edge. Why you do it? And now the oil are going to raise, now I'm going to tell you about the world crisis. But we say, you, Andrew Warnes, you and your team are thieving labor right them, collecting the money and don't pay the insurance. In which you did pay the insurance, the increase now, only we know.
No, them
years down the road.
No, them discontinue the hedge, man. That them say them discontinuing it. Because they needed the money.
Collecting the money same way.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yes, why they never stop collecting the money? That's a thief. It mean, you know. I don't know, pretty word, you know. Thief. You're not pay the insurance.
No, man, but thief spell many different ways, man. Thief spell many different ways. Thief spell J, thief spell L, thief spell P. You don't know that too?
Yeah, well, that's true.
I want to see what the Prime Minister will come with on Thursday. Yes, man. You know why I want to see come? You know I'm going to come with something where don't make sense and then I'm going to have him surrogates them. Yes. I want to see where them are going to come with, you know. Because everything what them do is right and everything what everybody else do is wrong. I notice. And I call it convenient hypocrisy for a reason. Watch it now. Context always matters. And context matters because it can't be what good for the goose, no good for the gander. Cannot be. For 3 years, the People's National Party draw down the 11.4 billion. 3 years. They were out of office in 2016. From 2016, now we are in 2026. How much year that? 10 straight years. They continued. And while they were in office, they said, we started, but you started. And earlier today, I said, we don't pay you to blame us or blame anyone. We pay you to fix the problem. We pay you to fix the problem. And you know why I go to this? Because Mark Golding said something so profound in Parliament today. Let me let you hear it.
A developer may construct $600 million project while filing minimal GCT returns and declaring little or no income. And I think some of us in here probably know about that. Me no call no foul. If you want to pick it up for your business.
Me chew me can. Me no call no who? Me no call no speaker. Me no call no minister. Me no call no PM name. Me just throw it me can. But me ask you, Courtney, which minister? Me just ask everybody. Me no know, me no want nobody call me name because me nah no luck. Me nah have no luck. Never born with luck. I Ishmael, me born name. Me no born name luck. Courtney, which member of parliament or minister are big smaddy with big neck in a parliament? I below. Me no know, me just ask. Yeah. I've house a bill. All got court. So true? So true?
What can go so?
But let me ask one more question. Let me ask the next question again. Courtney, which female, one wife in a parliament? One wife. And no wife in a parliament, you know, so me know why you come carry me name. No man, enough wife in a parliament. They might not have no ring, but some of them are wife too. They might not have no ring, but some of them are. We have one wife, we have one hosting with KCC. Some ear. Size 1. Size 2. No. And a size how much? Size 3. Size how much? 13. Lord of His mercy, size how much? 13. Size what? We are
Ball out! Whoa! Yo.
Me I go say this, me use my platform to get other people in a parliament. Why me not use my platform to get me in a parliament? If me reach in a parliament, the amount of people's lives will be changed through me legislating for one. My advocacy will be turned up. As a lawmaker, I'll be able to advance the conversation about the sex offenders registry, don't it? As a lawmaker, I could see to it that a special unit is set up for investigations against women and children who have been violently been abused and murdered, etc., don't it? As a lawmaker, I would advance the conversations for food security and for social improvement for the social welfare of these people. So why then wouldn't I use my platform to advance for me to get into a space to see to it that more Jamaicans are better off? Look how much done in the parliament.
Sophia and all those.
Look how much done in the parliament. So why shouldn't I use my platform for advance? This is the season where Andre Stevens are focused on Andre Stevens. And so if you don't like it, I bet. If you don't like it, Jamaica, I bet.
I will take the plane and come push you.
Yes, man. I mean, sure not gonna be an
Love you.
uncertified creature. Me sure not gonna be an uncertified creature.
I am one that is up to boycott his speech tomorrow. We don't want to hear the same nonsense if you don't come with receipts. We want receipt and proof of all the nonsense that you'll be talking tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
All
right, mama.
Uncertified and unqualified.
All right,
Love
mama.
you.
Bless you. So this a call. My student a call. Good afternoon, my student. Hello.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Yes.
Let them talk. They can talk, but they can't talk. Teacher, you know me, I look on where them fish look into deep.
Yes.
Ruel Reed. How they not talk about Ruel Reed? Me no want to look at old man. My son used to carry home the Nutribun and the milk.
Yes.
I'm used to watch the old man dip the Nutribun in the milk and that time dinner. You know have no more. You know think people that cry for it and that they forgot talk about Ruel. Yeah, with it all people they used to carry home, come give them parents when they get here school.
Yes.
That no did it again. You know see it.
Yes.
Then again, teacher, you wear whole favor like one with sweet drinks and they sitting there. That's why me glad, you know, my grandmother teach me something, you know. Favor can't come in on my milk, you know, because you have to go cross river Jordan to come in on my milk. And you know what, teacher?
Yes.
When me have two brothers will follow me. And when my grandmother caught the milk and put in the water, you know, me usually good and when me suck out the milk, you know.
Yes.
Me want to take the problem, you know, teacher. Me give me two brothers them fi suck too. And then suck again.
Yes, mighty God.
Talking back from Favor because Favor take over the whole of the sugar. Whole of what financing of the sugar. They water people, them wicked.
Whoa!
So they not talk about that you where they feed poor people down at Westmoreland. Tell them say they fi hop off of your fender, you know. All on the teachers you want flyer.
Where you fly?
Galang back a Morgan. Galang back up a Morgan. You're nasty. Galang up a Morgan.
When me see me, I see them in the pan big back. Then here Delano. Andre, here Delano. Andre is back from Toronto. So me say, yes, me have to come back from Toronto. Me have to stand up when me need to attack the presentation. Me say, as a matter of fact, I come down, if I come go to 35 pound of Tootsie's notice. So now have to come out of the parliament. They have to come out.
Sure.
They have to come out. Say when Audrey Mark see me yesterday, me just walk up to her Rev D and me say, I'm still awaiting the lawsuit ambassador.
Teacher. A papi show them teacher, them a papi without show. Teacher.
Papi show government.
All the Marlon, him.
Him and the young boy them back time, you know. And then one of the young boy them said to me, greetings, Mr. Stevens. Me say, aren't you Mr. Morgan's assistant here? Yes, Mr. Stevens. Me say, all you have time. And me say, oh, you manage. Me say to him, me say, and him a laughing. Me say, oh, you manage all that they wait there. And the little boy a laughing. Me say, I feel it for the little boy. Because him just back time in a reverend D. You know, like big back, Humpty Dumpty. And all them a do a monitor Mr. Golding presentation. Fi say, Mr. Golding make that error, they figure fact check him. So whilst them over there, so me say, no, go get a chance to fact check Mr. Golding today. Because every time Mr. Golding lick. You see, when him bring out all the 2 buckler of water, and say the 2 buckler of water costs more than gas in this country. It's a crying shame. Crying shame in this country. 2 buckler of water. 2 buckler of 500 millimeters water. It equate to a liter. And 1 liter of water more expensive than a liter of gas in this country. It is untenable and it needs to be fixed in Jesus' name.
Me I tell you, teacher, me say, they watch Mark Golding. Me say, teacher, are the hungry man we draw the Jamaica map on their arm. You know, see Jamaica map them on that.
Lego we shot.
Let we go. No, teacher, are the hungry man we can draw the Jamaica map on their arm when wet. Did they sweat? You know, see with the map of Jamaica on their arm.
Put up a picture there. Idiot and mean. But me not do no trouble. But them fi stop walk and promote Mr. Golding. So I go and be one of them in there. I go and be one Rottweiler with a little shit swing at me. And I go and mix it up and I go and deal with them. I go anti-clan to come at them so they come. I go and deal with. I go and deal with them.
But not me, teacher. Teacher, listen to me now, teacher. Me say,
I go and deal with them.
Them take off them gloves. I want them dirty gloves. Nobody no want them dirty gloves. Who want them dirty gloves?
You know what is lacking in the opposition benches? You need a Rottweiler over there. So that every time them pinch, Mr. Golding, smarty the fish just and just take them on. Mr. Dennis daily fixed them business yesterday. She said, Walang Kwashi. Gone Kwashi. And Aldelano, yes, which fourth Jacqueline Thomas come from over here? Old. Where you come over here about fourth term loading? As long as me depend that they slate, then can't see the fourth term. Yeah, you understand? As long. Yeah, go and say it again.
We don't fling on the wall. We don't touch you.
I'm going to turn it up on them. I'm going to turn it up. I'm Mama Vida. I'm going to turn it up on them. Me need a wife. Juliet Bedward, you want to be my wife? Because I'm a breeder, you know. You think Ishmael alone can breed? I will.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo.
You tell me, say me need a wife. Remember, you know, no found no mature leaders need a little stool, you know. I'm a little rabbit, so you be careful. Because when me said it on, Julie, you hear what your shit, what's your name, Bradford? When I'm done with you, that's a mercy.
What can go so?
Mercy. Stop no. I'm paying in every language. When you do your dep and do, Mr. Stevens, do, baby. And I would have just simply say, I love you, boo. Mighty God!
Ball out! Whoa! Yo.
No, me have words over here, you know. When you think so, and when I'm done with you, man. Heaven came down, and glory will fill your soul, my mother. And when she done, she go say, teacher, stop! I should have
ball out! Whoa! Yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift.
Do. So careful what you ask for and careful what you say about me. Kids watching, you can't go on that the kids them know more than what you know. You can't go on that the kids know, but you know that's the thing with this country and this world. You never teach the children about these things. So they go at road and them try to go learn about it. And then go catch belly pound. And when they catch belly on a shame, you have to teach your children about sex education. It is important for you to teach your children about sex education. Because it's through that education they will know what is good versus what is bad.
Penis and vagina.
What is good versus what is bad. And you know the funny thing about it? That is why the HIV status in Jamaica is what it is today. Over 28,000 cases of HIVs in this country. Over 28,000 cases of HIV is in this country. 28 plus. Many of whom are undetected. Many of whom that don't know that they are HIV positive. Men Ishmael put up the statistics, they need to see the realities. Around 28,000. And then you have to put plus on that. Of that 28,000 Jamaica. Everyone attracts 3 to 4 lovers. So the reality is, Courtney, the HIV case in Jamaica potentially is about 50 to 60,000 Jamaicans. You see how the 28 come again? 28 bank account, 28,000.
What can go so?
Is who is calling me? What you say, sir? Wait there. Wait. I want to hear you good. Can you private your number? What you said?
If you understand, so you have decent people watch a program. You have for elderly, mother, grandmother. Keep them watch the programs. Kind of toned down, brother. Toned down.
Toned down on what, sir? Toned down on what?
You walked me in just a while ago about food and
So wait. So you not teach your children about what is happening in the country?
Oh, yeah, Batman.
Oh, I am Batman, but you're watching the Batman, don't it? So continue watching the Batman because you have a batty flavor.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo.
You're watching the Batman.
Yeah. What we can watch it?
So what you watching the Batman for? You know, must have a batty flavor. Must have batty flavor, yeah. But I am not getting caught up with you and your battyism. And your batty what? Flavor. I am talking about the HIV rate in this country. I am talking, Courtney, that is because we're not having sex education, that these children and young people, the age group of the most infected, is actually the youth. Many of whom are young people who are having unprotected sex. Who is doing the sucking? Who is doing the flavoring? Who is doing the threesome, the orgies, and not having protected sex? Many of your children, 10, 11, 12, not found a man, back them up in a corner and do all sorts of immoralities and nastiness to them. Giving them bellies, giving them infections, chlamydia, syphilis, gonorrhea.
Help. We key out of the letter.
Need your divine intervention.
And if some of you did not teach and pitney them the right, they wouldn't have belly pan them. They wouldn't have infection pan them, Courtney. And them certainly wouldn't be HIV positive. So you there talking about big man, not for the big man and the elders appreciate my authenticity. Many of them say, listen to Andre talking. Go use a condom if you're going to have sex. Abstain. Abstain, Courtney. How many of you as public figures telling the children in this country to abstain? How many of you are telling them to use a condom if you're going to have sex? How many of you are teaching them the good ways and the bad ways? So they depend on me. You nasty, dirty creature who call this phone the baptism. And then you know a part of it. Enough of these men are secret homosexuals, Courtney. Secret bisexuals.
What can go so?
Ishmael, not disrupt me. Let me talk tonight, Courtney. Secret homosexuals and secret, them have something called the DL. You know what is the DL, Courtney? The down low men. Married enough for them. Businessmen enough for them. Gangster enough for them. And them wife thinks to them having good relationship. And then go out at night time and daytime. But them have work and this and that. And I take up the transgender them. And the man them were dressed like she and true. And carry them, go cock them up and back them up. Using unprotected sex. Go home to no wife. Go no wife infection when your wife look, Courtney. All sorts of mucus and things that come out of them. You know how much women contract, you know how many married women contract HIV in this country? Because of an unfaithful spouse. You know how much married man in this country contract HIV because of an unfaithful wife? So when you come within a butterization, you remember Rex Settlefor talk about butterization. When you come within a butterization, I'm going to give you the hardcore facts. I am going to let them know, Courtney, the HIV rate in this country is not significant because of homosexuals, you know. It's because of majority of the so-called bisexual men. That them go from one gender to the other gender, transferring things, not using a condom. And I want to hear the truth tonight. And I want to know the truth tonight. So it's that him never want me to talk about, because him are one of the secret hidden Batman them. We are do what, Courtney? Go to woman a day and man a night. Then transfer the infection, the gonorrhea and the syphilis, the chlamydia and the bad blood to him woman. And when the woman say, what is me get? Them come and talk about woman got cheat. No found in a cheat. And the nasty dirty man them. That's why if you come a she breaks chain. On a Lego on a self from a dirty drunk or them. Women, one of the reasons why our country is in the state it is in is that the women are so vulnerable, Courtney, that the power of the money, when the man come home and want raw sex with you, knowing them go out, they so go have sex with prostitute. Go out, they so go have sex with transgender and she-male. And the transmission them Jamaica. You have a problem, Veronica Palmer. You have a problem and telling me to stop. When you have the hardcore truth being told, when you have the hardcore truth being told, many of you don't want to face the realities. And one thing about me, I'm going to tell you the truth. Cost it what it will. I know people who contract HIV just through an unfaithful spouse. So let us educate our people. Let us liberate our people. The reason why we are in this state is because we have lacked the realities to use the media through the median to run campaigns about sex education, Courtney. To run campaigns of how to be a healthier, better society. Are you offended by the truth tonight? If you are offended, log off this platform. If you don't like what I'm saying, log off the platform. Delete me from your history, Courtney. Stop watch me if you can. But if you appreciate me for what I am doing and educating and liberating women and children and boys and girls in this country. Many of your children, the Dan man look upon them and say them want the virgin. No, sir. Them want the virgin in the community. And the found of it go the daughter them over to the Dan man. And when the daughter come and the daughter have belly in the inner city communities. Not found in a uptown. On the husband and rape off on the daughter and the niece. Because him say want a nice little time. He want a nice little time with the youngin. And because no one maintain the status and the money. On the pitney suffer. On the pitney sick. On the pitney carry belly. Knowing say on the grand pitney in the house. And you know why you hear me talk the facts tonight? And you know why me talk the facts tonight? But at them something that going in the community, them Jamaica. And them something that happening within the pitney them. And the pitney them come in a cyclical poverty. When the pitney them come in a abject poverty. When the pitney come poor and broke and curse. Now is the time for the found to liberate and take on yourself out of that. Broke the chain and broke the shackle, Courtney. Broke it up. Rattle the chain and take one yourself, liberate yourself, liberate your daughter, liberate your son, liberate your community, by extension, liberate Jamaica. Courtney, them now want to hear the truth, you know.
No.
But when, Jamaica, when I talk with a mantle to what? Break generational curses. So if you have a problem tonight, you are uneasy because I'm pinching a nerve. You're uneasy, Courtney, because there's something you don't want me to talk about. There is something you don't want me with me little teeth them. Me I go use my mouth for talk, and I'll leave me on a teeth, me use me gum. Thus say the Lord, thy God. Uno fit tap it, Jamaica. Tap it to the little pitney them. Tap it to the little boy them. Uno want to talk about the little boy them where them can't go in at the lodge them. Uno want me going at the lodge society where them take up a little boy them and carry them go up there. I talk about them one, turn them in our brothers, and when them done. And when them done a jerk off session, you know, say Jamaica not gonna make me talk some things out here tonight. Jerk off session and this and that and Ray and Tay. When them want to the people, them boy pick me. And that we're gonna talk about. You don't know why you hear the realities in this country. No found a boy picking them advance in a society. We don't know them if you advance and fi cock up and back up and suck and we don't want to know the truth.
What can go so?
We don't want to know the things them what them have to do. So it's want me by the sweat of my brow. By the sweat of my brow. You think Lodgeman never come and say them want Andre Stevens. You call them not see the greatness in me. When me look, me say, I am not interested. Not Courtney. Me not sell out my soul for 2 little pieces of silver. Me prefer go work for that. You know much men in this country with their manhood has been dismantled because of man violate them in this country. And when them done, them can't look upon them wife and tell them wife what them do. And what do you know, man? I wish Mukut that I come round here, sir. I wish Mukut that come try violate Andre Stevens tonight. So your son come home and talk about them having a big ring in a lodge and this and that. Ask them, what did you sacrifice? What did you give up to reach where you are, Courtney? They must give up something, you know. They must have something over here, you know, Courtney. They must have something over here, you know, for all you done, you know. Have a file upon you, you know. Enough did the party I keep in Jamaica. Enough did the party I keep all over Jamaica. Right now, did the party I keep in some of them hotel and some of them media house. And when you look, them swing pan pole and do this and do that. I remember when I was at the University of the West Indies, a young man came to me in confidence. And he said to me, ex-politician and ex-politician invited them to a particular house. Yeah. And they were told that they're getting involved. You know, it's something they call a lodge. Mm-hmm. And they go and put them at a particular place. And in what name? Like you would induct them and whatsoever. Yes. What do you think the induction became? A party with women and men, you know. The party with women and men became what, Courtney? A party of orgy and sex. But then the party turned into a case where he said he wanted to leave. They said, you're not going to leave. You're a part of this regime. They forced the young man and they raped that young man. Took his manhood. Took his manhood, Courtney. And when the person told me who did it to them, one day I looked at the person and said, do you remember what you did to X? The person was shocked. Initiation them do to the young people, them, Courtney. So when you look at the realities of what is happening in your country, many of these big men, you not see it pan them, Courtney, because they might take them pill. Remember, HIV not kill nobody again, you know. So once them take the pill and once them do that, oh, you're going to know so them inoculate. Oh, you're going to know Jamaica after them inoculate. So them take for them pill while the young men and the young women and the women are not even better, you know. You have women in this country who violate the young girls, you know. I talk about them, I initiate them for what? Sisterhood, you know. Do you understand me? I say? You have women in this country who equally does the same. Talk about them and initiate young ladies, you know. And carry them up and make them be prosperous women in the banking sector and this sector and racist. And when them done, them call it sisterhood, you know. Look upon Daniel Rowe, father. Look how much people in violate Jamaica. And many undetectable people. Me have to talk tonight, Jamaica. Because of nastiness are going in the country. Enough, Courtney. Enough of them. Add to the nastiness in the country. Why you think the sex offender registry can't name? Why you think the sex offenders registry can't name? You'll be surprised about some of these people who are on the registry. Many of whom are sick. Many of whom have done so much wrongs to children. We're not going out to the place called St. Mary. We never hear about all the Ochi Empire. I wanted them, Courtney. I wanted them mash up some territories tonight. More to the trafficking of the young girls in this country and the trafficking of young boys in this country. And I come talk about man for come talk about young Pitney and this and that. Pitney for know so when they see man approach them and tell them to come in a taxi. Tell them no sir. When you're there you ball out. And say the man a kidnap me.
Ball out. Whoa, yo.
So when you see people talk truth, this platform is about truth. This platform, Courtney, is about education. This platform is about liberation. You will have a little satire here from time to time.
Yes.
We have a little laughter from here time to time. We do little gimmicks here from time to time. But this platform, Jamaica, is here to educate so that the born and the unborn to come. The born, Courtney, and the unborn to come will have a better Jamaica. I stand as a vanguard for this country. I stand, Courtney, as a vanguard. I stand as a gatekeeper for this country. And if them decide to come up against me, the ancestors and the Holy Spirit will reveal more. But I speak from a position. I speak from a position of facts tonight. This is a platform enough for baga. This is a platform enough for ray. This platform, Jamaica, is here to educate, liberate, Courtney, and to uplift. When you talk about up a JDF and JCF, if you want to get promotion, you know, so you have to do certain things to reach there. When you qualify, you can't get the promotion. But when you do the sucking and the baptism, you're sure to reach where you need to reach.
Teacher.
So now found no arms and gloves up on a boyfriend them. And when you see them, I get high ranks and sergeant and lieutenant and this and that. Ask them what did they have to do at the red fence. Ask them what they had to do, Courtney. Why you think so much man run from JDF? Them not tell you the trauma that they go through in the JDF. If you hear some of those stories, you see all the females, them if them straight, but if I get a rank up there, them would have to cock back, joke, suck, lick, took, chang, ching. I mean, you don't know them. You don't know the realities who are going in at them institutions. You really don't know the realities who are going. I bet I said tonight, no found and say, I wonder if. I mean, I want to speculate, you know. All the battery programming, no, Courtney. When you send your data, you remember all the girl where them did say dead? Up at Hotel Versailles, out by the police, something there. Jamoy, what's your name? You never wonder how she died, and none of the police officers could tell you. Courtney, enough time them run battery, this, that, ray tape, and the people them data. And the people them son. In the spirit of what them call it, initiation. So when you come after me, and then I'm talking the truth, I might can do it a little refiner. But doing it refined, Courtney, does not make sense because the children need to hear the pure facts. And 7,000 people watching tonight, live, are hearing the pure facts because sex education must and should be a part of the curriculum development in our institutions. If you have sex education, you have a better society, you know, Courtney. You have a healthier society, better decisions being made. You have better pregnancies. People would understand when to get pregnant, the cycle of getting pregnant, etc. So between 22 to 32, that's a prime cycle for your pregnancy. Get a child, put back the resources into the country and keep replenishing the earth. But no, we have never taught sex education the right way. So when you're coming after me and calling me batty man, show me the proof of who I've ever batted in this country. And like many of you out there, you can say she's the indifferent. And you can say, what a promiscuous batty man. This one you call the batty man, for sure. Keep to himself resolute. You can never say Courtney. Look on him over there, so look how that they one day. Look how that they one day. I keep resolute until better come. I, Jamaica, I have made a commitment to myself and to this nation. Rather than me go mix up with G and she, Tom and Jerry, I have to be of a different lineage.
People are here.
Hello.
Go up on the farm today.
I'm right here. How are you?
Good, thanks. And thanks to stand up for Andrea, grandmother.
Me have a belt, see, man. One big thick one. It make out, you know, I cut
leather belt.
Me cut it out a tire.
No, him go out himself last night. He really go out himself last night.
I want to go to the bathroom, but I couldn't go.
You better not go.
Him there last night, I couldn't wait up on himself.
My goodness.
I'm going to pee the bed. I'm going to pee the settee.
Yes, I come with your bag Saturday.
All right, sure. Thanks. No problem.
All right, Auntie Claudette.
Yeah. Guys, remember to come and get in a vegetable bag.
Yes, it's only 2,500.
Come season up the meat. Season
9
up the
Ravina.
pot. Nice up the rice and peas. Come on down to 9 Ravina Road to get all your fresh vegetable. Carrot, lettuce,
onions.
Again, cabbage.
Yes, sweet peppers.
Onion, sweet pepper.
Irish potatoes.
Thyme, scallion.
My good
Run on down. Come on down, 9 Ravina Road. See you, Lord. See you, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
See you, Lord. Mr. Sir, stop yourself. Give me a bye. Give me a bye. Give me a bye. You lady when they said the purple blouse, come over here.
My goodness.
Everything nice. Everything nice.
Go on, Reels, man. Good afternoon. Shock, shame, and sorry. Good afternoon.
Yes. Afternoon, Courtney. So,
yes.
Me come to ask the government something for Andre say last night, in case them don't know. So, me have a couple questions to ask them.
Ask them, man. Ask them.
So, your name, sir?
Ask them. We have to know.
So when you see healthcare, I deteriorate, and the government now do nothing to help the people them, we have to have a problem with it.
No, we must make it stay so. That thing will not be
All right. When the people them in the West no get no help up till the time and still have most of them have to out a door, we the people of Jamaica have to have a problem with it.
No, we don't have no problem with it. Leave it alone.
Right?
Turn a blind eye. We're going to turn a blind eye for him. That's what we do. The next question again, we ask.
So, when tax raised for the people them in a one category 5 devastated hurricane and people a minimum wage now raised, we the people have to have a problem with it.
Yes.
When the government raise sugary products and tell us say of health purpose, and when you look, health purpose include hospital, road, water, medication. Want them to know say we the people have to have a problem with it.
Oh, so a problem have the problem then.
So when me I say, so when them using technology,
yes,
to do what they want to do, give what they want to listen to, and hide certain things from the international space. And feel like say they can go on social media and Instagram and put out the best to blindfold the people them out in our world. So Jamaica is at its best and at its good, as at its greatest.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. We the people have to have a problem with it. So guess what?
What?
You want me to tell you what happened?
Tell me now, Shock Shame.
Yes, so me I tell you say, if Andre take up himself, and God Canada go talk. If I know Andre and the next blogger they get a chance, when me in Jamaica good, they would have do what Andre do. And let me tell you something, they don't want me to go, can be the worse than Andre.
Free Shock Shame be the worse than Andre?
Wait a second. Andre never talk nothing.
Wait a second.
Andre never talk nothing. Eh?
Say what you say, but say it the right way. Nobody go on to half.
Hey, SSL everything would have come up.
Yeah.
SSL and everything would have come up. And all the hospital TV money, everything would have come up.
The bus would have come up?
Yes.
The bus would have come up?
Oh, I mean, when we say everything, only $1.4 billion when they take from away. And so it's like, they might try to shut up somebody to talk it to it.
Wait, Uncle Marsh. We soon talk to you, Uncle Marsh. Go and talk, Miss Winnie.
So they might try to set you up to talk it to it.
Yes.
Then for that, them are going to do, who are going to stand up to it? You see, say, if poverty come in and slavery, they're around the corner.
Modern day slavery, you know.
If slavery does the right around the corner, I mean, I ask Christ. Because if a man go there and he talk, why you should have a problem with it? Because that's in the international space. That is what you say. When them use their media and then string up their media and then send out to them to send out, that means your opposition needs free media too. Because for him speech when he make yesterday, he not gonna fire neither.
No, he's not gonna.
Them buggy halfway.
To them I go talk now, Miss Winnie. To them I go talk.
It may I try to tell you.
We are waiting for him to talk to them, Miss Winnie.
When you talk, yeah, when you talk, it's truth. They have a problem with it. They want people to see nastiness, skullduggery, corruption, nepotism, and everything. And sit on it and clean them teeth. Nobody are not dead dog around here.
No good of gracious. All right, Shock Shame.
You hear me, fella?
Yeah,
a dead dog alone skin them teeth.
Dead dog.
Yes, if me and I try to tell you, more than the words of that Andrea, other blogger would have gone there, would have chat same way, so go them to where.
All right, Shock Shame, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear Mr. Master said to me. All right, enjoy the rest of the day. Yeah, Shock Shame. Yeah.
I feel like we use them two Irish potato and bust him backside. What?
Ball out!
What a man like what ne? I feel like we use the Irish potato and bust him head. Hey boy, you lie, sir. Oh, you lie, sir. You tell me say you give me 18,500, but hey boy! Hey.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo.
You look for me and tell me you give me 18,500. The first budget, you will do 1,000 and a boy. Hey, thief it.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo.
Thief in boy. Hey, boy. Hey, you promised me 18,500. Hey, boy. Put up in picture. Put up in picture the Ishmael. Hey, boy.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cock.
Hey, boy. You never tell me say you give me 18,500 in the first budget. It's short 1,500 dirty boy. Hey! Pass by the potato and potato. Hey, what? Hey!
What can go so?
You tell me say the first time, the first budget you give me 18,500. You shot me 1,500. It's short. Hey boy, me can't buy Irish and me can't buy sweet potato. Hey boy, your nose a stretch like 2 sweet potato and 2 sweet pepper. Hey boy, I feel like we knock you with the dry coconut. Oh, you wicked and lie, so. Hey boy.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo.
Pinocchio government, Tutsi government, Kete government. Wanna choose Jamaica, yeah? See the how many thousand there? Let me know us all the 1,000 there.
Ball out!
He dash the 1,000 on the face because him say, "You not go choose back 1 p.m. 1 p.m. and on the backside. I'll leave a right chain tonight. Dirty boy, early boy, hey boy."
Tell the Jezebel, good morning. Delilah, you set up people.
Hey boy, I feel like we use the dry coconut and shell out your face. You're too deceptive and lie. Hear him in the house today about the minimum wage. Hear him today about the minimum wage. So me can't pay. Remember I said the minimum wage for help for pay on the utilities, on the rent. $1,000 pound the rent to the shame dirty labor right.
We there.
I want to say to Jamaica tonight. I want to say to Jamaica tonight before I fling the coconut on the old Tootsie. How can you trust this man? How can you tonight, I'm talking to the labor rights and the sympathizers who voted for him. Is $1,000 a livable wage? Is $1,000, Courtney, a livable wage?
That can't buy breakfast. $1,000.
You chose Jamaica to the detriment of this man. You chose Jamaica to the detriment of this creature. The man came with a tone, not realizing the cries of the ordinary Jamaican. He came with a tone as though he was the emperor. He came as though drinking water in the parliament and talking about bad mind. Every time you speak out against the Tutsis, them say them coming to you with an anti-bad mind. Who can bad mind a thief? Who can bad mind you because you're uncertified? Who can bad mind you if you take out the 28th, the money out of the account? What for the charity? Who can bad mind you if you have sweetheart and sweetness in a parliament and them are wife and concubine in the parliament? Who can bad mind you for that? Hello, caller. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Andre.
Yes.
I am driving up and down on the road looking very thirsty because the sun hot. Seeking where I can find the NWC water for $20 and I can't find it.
Where you say you try to find the NWC water for $20?
Yes, sir, and I can't find it. So could you advise me where to go and find? I'm very, very thirsty.
Hold me right on. Jesus, hold me right on.
Ball out. Whoa, yo.
I searched far and wide, lady, and I couldn't find the water. Yes, Marshy. You find the $20 water, Mr. Marsh?
Yes, I find it.
And where you find the $20 water? Shit water?
Let's say it better. Septic pit water, man.
Septic
I
pit.
think that drink. Yes, you realize that what he was talking yesterday was pure shit. That's the water where my drink, man.
The septic pit.
Yes, and remember, someone council that expose the water situation.
The dirty water.
The dirty water.
Hold me right and
septic pit. What a man, hey, you know what the man lie and wicked, but here you know. How much him send cut corruption by?
I don't know, but him did cut corruption or him harbor corruption.
Oh, yeah, listen good then.
Miss Sharon.
What I know he did is quadruple corruption. And in himself is so lie and corrupt. You remember when the journalist asked him if he or any of his members.
Do a fish swimming now, do a escovitch fish.
Yes, you know. Ask him if he or any men them under investigation. Him saying search far and wide. And none of them so far. And that time, him, the man, or him or one of them under investigation. That's how the man lie. And me say, when you lie, you are got thief. Andrew, you lie and you corrupt because you can't release the Tinsack report because it's going to export your boss, Eddie Seago. It's going to expose Adley Shaw. And many more who know over there as labor right. That's why we can't release it. So you're so corrupt now if you have this thing to country, you know, so because I'm telling you, most labor right don't, you know. Because enough of them can't read. And who can't read, them not listen good. So then just come out and talk foolishness all the while. But Tinsack. And him not say nothing about SSL. Because SSL is so labor right involved in that.
Yes.
Take away the people their money and carry it gone. But then come to talk about Tinsack. Them two lion thief.
Lion thief, Mashi. Lion
thief, man. But when the Jamaican people want, and one of them vote thief really because enough of them, I know, we never win the seat in our teeth, then thief it, you know. Yeah, then thief it, man. Then thief it. It is what it is. Him not say nothing about Darrell Vaz and the school bus them.
No.
Him not mention nothing about that.
No, him not mention nothing about the school bus them.
God have mercy. God help we. Take care of what we want.
All right, Mashi. Hold me right hand. He comes again with the whole concept of Finsack. And the government and the people of Jamaica paid for a report of the Kroll report for over $150 million, and they have not seen it, Senator Tomlinson.
Man, we should have a conversation around Finsack
with some of the members of the party another day, because a lot of the narrative around FinSac is so twisted, and it has been so twisted that it has become so bizarre, actually. Hear some of the twists that are made to it. But they spent over $150 million on a commission of inquiry, and they could not produce a FinSac report. It was so shameful.
And they committed in 2017 to give us the report.
Yeah, man, they did.
They said in the Observer that they were going to give us the report.
Yeah,
and to date, Jamaica.
It was so shameful that nothing came of it. And the former finance minister, Nigel Clark, said that, release the archives of the documents from the commission, nothing in a structured and well thought out report. And then he's inviting academics to come do some proper research. It's shameful, not after you have spent over $150 million on a commission of inquiry. If it was that significant,
to the Jamaican people and the Jamaican economy.
Yeah, as you have put it. Why did you fail? You established the commission when you were in government between 2007 and 2011. Then when you came back to government, you continued the commission, and then nothing came of it. Then clearly, is either something to be hidden, or you didn't find anything. Either you didn't find anything, or you found something, and it would probably implicate some people that you don't want to be named. So you probably hid, a conclusive report. You hindered the completion of a conclusive report. It is either one of those outcomes that a reasonable Jamaican looking on could assume.
But even out of that, Senator, let us look at the modern day FinSac, which I would call the SSL crisis. Another 150 odd million spent on equally another report, and the public is yet to be aware of that report.
Yeah, we have not seen the cruel report. I remember Julian used to call incessantly for that report to be released to the public for the Jamaican people to understand what happened during the SSL crisis, and particularly for Jamaicans to know that things are actually happening. Yeah.
So when we look at the report now and then, the Prime Minister looks at the nation, trying to gaslight the nation when Mark Golding is holding him to account to say that Mark Golding is bad mind. Don't you find that that is a distasteful line of argument, a weak, absurd line of argument that the Prime Minister is coming with?
Yeah, man, it's a lot of gimmicks, and I think the Jamaican people saw right through it. That had nothing to do with how their lives can be improved and how they can sustainably access, upward socio-economic mobility. When you say the opposition leader bad mind, the opposition leader never asked for the salary increase. You gave it to him. You gave the opposition leader the salary increase. So it's not like the opposition leader can raise his salary. So when you come and say, the opposition leader was the highest paid in the last term, and he's getting X worth.
But 80% of that money he was giving to charity.
Precisely so. And he said that. He said he only kept 20% of the increase, consistent with what public sector workers got, in solidarity with them. And he never gave himself that increase.
But you don't see in the presentation, Andrew Holness telling the public sector workers that their salaries were tied to accountability. And him and him parliamentarians not talking about accountability, Senator Tomlinson, with their salaries. Don't you find that hypocritical?
Yeah, there's a lot of accountability that must be had from this administration, because, they have been given a third term, and there is a lot that they can be found wanting for. And the sort of improvement in people's lives that you would expect to see from a government who has done 2 terms, you're not seeing that. You just need to talk to the average Joe, average Jamaican you come across, and they'll tell you more or less that their economic reality has not improved relative to 2016. In fact, some of them will tell you that their circumstances have significantly deteriorated. that's a problem. I don't think the administration has anything really to boast about, because it's the lived realities of people that tell real story, and people are not living the quality of life that they need, that they need to sustain themselves and their families, and to live with dignity. You just need to take the healthcare sector for an instance. When Jamaicans interface, Andre, with
Yes.
services in Jamaica,
Mhm.
it robs them of their dignity.
Mhm.
That's what the services offered in Jamaica's healthcare system is. One that robs you of your dignity. You're either on a bench for hours, or you probably catch up somewhere in the hospital, can't get a bed. You're in the hospital and it's leaking, and areas are flooded. Some of the equipment needed to perform key surgeries are not available. The resources are inadequate. Those experiences rob you of dignity as a Jamaican, and quite an unfortunate situation for any Jamaican to be in. And that's why we continuously call. And Alfred Dawes has been a key champion of what a better healthcare system can look like. But the reality is that this government has not performed well in many areas, and a key area is healthcare.
Oh, I like it. Can I just pick up on my point that I was talking about a second ago, very quickly, very quickly. Leadership isn't about controlling the narrative, right? And if there's anything that I've learned in the last 6 or 7 months, is that we have a prime minister and an administration who like to tell people how to think, or if people misinterpret messages that they put out, they will then criticize them and tell them that they should be thinking the other way around. Leadership is being honest with the people. And like I was saying before, if the prime minister has made a decision to say, hey, I can't deliver the pledge, which is the money that I promised. You've got to go out in an empathetic way and explain to the people and tell them and say to them, listen, I'm making the decision because of this. Or listen, if he were to say, Andre, right, and I consider you to be fair, and also you, Isa, as well. If he was to say, we are what, April, May, 3-4 months away from the next hurricane season, and therefore we have to be extra cautious in terms of spending or in terms of delivering on pledges that we had promised back in September during or before the election, then I think the reasonable thinking Jamaican people would understand that.
You know why they're not going to understand
him to protect them.
You know why they're not going to understand him knowing them tired and political manipulation. He looked at the people ISAT last year, a few days before the election, and said to them, Ishmael, you have the recording what he said to them. The rent I, food I, this I, everything I. And as such, I'm going to raise the minimum wage over to 32,000. He even go as far as the 31st of August last year to say he's promising to move the minimum wage to 18,500 in 2026. So why never come to the people now, Isaac, and explain why he couldn't raise it to the 18,500? Why couldn't tell him say the private sector wouldn't allow it? Why couldn't say after great consultation these things could not happen? Why now come and just dash it upon the people now? Well, there is something that we must accept, and that is accountability in governance. We cannot continue with this deceptive, manipulative spirit in leadership. What's your take on it, Isaac?
No, I mean, boy, you're giving a lot of credit to governance. A campaign trick is a campaign trick. The people just got tricked. There are people who would not have heard anything beyond 32,000. There are the minimum wage. People were thinking that it was 32,000, and they didn't even remember or thought that it was 18,500. 2,500 is significantly different from just $1,000. In fact, there are people who start fights over 500. So
and kill their brother for $500.
And kill them brother for it. Let alone a prime minister able to just say, yo, you just now gonna get $1,500. A laborer right now would start a riot for that. But the thing about
that is a 3-piece meal, you know, Isaac.
Yeah, but you see the concept of bitter medicine, which is what the Jamaican people will ultimately be feeling, is that next week after Flavor Flav give her closing of of the debates is that you look to the US dollar and you see the US dollar just gonna go way up and just rub out that little $1,000 there. So we're having this thing where we feel good about the minimum wage is raising and people are happier about this, but the reality is the standard of living and that is not changing. People need to just accept that when they come with gimmicks and empty promises, there were conversations about NHT and what it's going to do. And when you look at what the budgetary constraints or the reality of what's in the coffers of NHT, those promises are not going to come to fruition, certainly during the next 5 years. Nothing, no time soon. And so vision is one thing, but the driver on this bus has been the driver for a while, and then people must just accept it. One of the things to note, though, is I had context matters during the budget debate. The speech was sent to me, so you get a good idea of what's in there.
Nothing new and different. So that's
nothing.
why you're going to the opposition chambers, go keep context matters.
Yes, man. Context.
In the red polka, the navy blue and polka. That you look like. Remember, I said this to you before. You look like a true manly, but you look like a true manly height in a
that is it, man. Yeah, definitely. In fact, they all commented on it and were saying that when he was speaking about the Manley, there were members of parliament to say that Manley did give up him socialism and had conceded to United States rule, as according to Dr. Holness. So one of the things to note, though, is while this was happening and it was about what social media looked like and the social media gimmicks, it became apparent that it was about the persons that were watching the debate. And you look into the comments, all they were saying was 1 p.m., fourth term loaded. Yeah, and they're not listening to the debate. They're not trying to put context to it. They're not trying to understand. They care zero. And so if we are going to, once again, I spoke about the capitalization of the human potential in Jamaica. We have to raise the IQ, and that can be done by modernization. And yes, I hear about STEM schools, and yes, I hear about HEART now giving out.
He has not built
no,
one school.
I'm saying all of this sounds good, but I'm going to tell you anything about, I'm going to start to call it about performative development, like performative sovereignty, performative parliamentary speeches, all of these things that make you feel good, right? But nothing about substance, you know? And so it was like glass, which can easily be shattered. If you keep faking it, this is one of the time where you're not going to fake it and make it. So, you know, the writing is on the wall and it's substance over form. I'm being real about that. And that was my take on it. That realistically.
I don't know if Noel is aware that the Prime Minister announced from as way back as 2018 that he's going to build the first STEM schools in Jamaica. We're now in 2026 and not one of those schools have been built. Is that accountable governance or is that performative governance?
Isaac made an interesting point, Andre, and that was on politicians will say what they need to say in the run up to elections and will do what they need to do in terms of making promises. But guess what? You, I, and everyone here shouldn't be surprised because that is part of the game. Right? I'm sorry to say, it's all very well that we can have these conversations and trying to hold him to account and question whether this is performative or whether it's a good governance. It is the reality, and successive governments have done this in Jamaica. But perhaps, and I'm going to use the benefit of the doubt here, is that the Prime Minister's perhaps realized that, okay, I can make promises, I can say things to get votes, and I mean, he's gone, and I'm gonna. Oh, he's back. Is Isaac?
No,
back?
I'm here.
Isaac?
I'm here. I don't know why. Yeah, Ishmael, why I keep cutting me off?
Isaac will probably say the same thing because that's what politicians do. And I'm
No,
sorry,
no,
Isaac.
no. Hold
Isaac,
on,
I'm
hold on,
painting
hold
you with the
on.
same brush in the sense.
No, no, you
Hear me
can't
out.
paint me. First
Hear me out.
of all, I'm not an idiot. You can't paint me with the same brush. You're not Picasso. So let's start right there. Two, me no
Find a
dunce.
paintbrush somewhere.
Yeah, you go and find it. Let me throw all the shots. Three, I know all of the constraints in a developing country, and I'm saying this to you. It's one thing to win for winning's sake, but we're talking about the lived human experience. At some point, we're going to accept that we have to go away from that. It is like I say, it is embarrassing to be tricked by gimmicks and a continuation with that. This is I'm telling you,
Isaac,
it cannot.
that's what politicians do. That's politicians.
What? Politician.
Isaac, that is the role of politicians in society.
All right. Well. First of all, I'm a human rights attorney, and if you want, and that's it. You can mark up to politicians who actually have careers and persons who are political career. Their career is being a politician. And I'm just putting that out there, and there are people who will be upset about that. So I'm not gonna, you're not gonna corner me, and I'm saying my mission and mandate is to elevate the people that I am around. Yeah, I tell you, I'm not the gimmicks, and the funny thing about it, they can't take gimmicks,
Yeah, man. When you
I could say a lot, but I'm not gonna make this the Friday night soundbite because it's one thing to talk about gimmicks, and you can pull. You're a magician, so you pull hat out a bag. You pull hat out a paper bag, and I call people bad mind. When you take it, when you have shopping bag and say this is it, and everybody say, "Oh, murder!" The people, and who your audience, who your audience is. You in the end, remember, you have the security forces are ready for put bullets in the audience that you are rile up to feel good about you. That is gimmicks. So that's what. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I agree, right? And listen, I feel like every time I open my mouth, people are gonna say, "Oh, he's defending."
No, I'm going to say this to you, Noel. Can I say?
No, of course.
I looked at Isaac when he was going into politics about 18 months ago, bro.
Probably more than that. Yeah, 18 months. Yeah.
And I said to him, Isaac, I'm not going to support you if you remind me of the things that sit in the parliament. You remember that conversation the Thursday before you went on Context Matter?
True.
And I said to him, you can do your laughter and satire and this and that, but you must be separate. You're not going to take the people's business as your business. You're going to take the people's business as the people's business. And you're going to be a different new age politician. I say that to say, for far too long, Jamaica think that a part of the gimmicks is a part of the job description for parliamentarians in this country. We have to change that. And that's why I see to it that if me say I start doing something, Jamaica, that me I believe is the right pathway, I'm going to be his first person to call to say, hey, my brother, look into that. Look at that. Consider that. Because those variables are important for a better Jamaica. If I can look at my brother and say to him, you cannot do like what those Tutsis have done. And many times, I don't know how many times me and him will have with differences of opinion. But at the end of the day, for the born and the unborn, and for the betterment of this country, too much gimmicks in the politics, Noel, and we're getting rid of it.
Apologies, that was a call that I was getting, and it wasn't Andrew.
You're muted, Noel.
Oh, am I muted?
No, I'm not muted.
Can you hear me now?
I'm not hearing him.
We're hearing him.
You guys hear me?
Not hearing him? Yeah,
I don't know why I'm not hearing him. Very well.
Sign out and sign in back, Isaac. Sign out and sign in back. Yes, no, what are you saying?
So I've seen so many politicians with promise and with potential. And I came on here last week, right, Andre? And I said that I believe and I think ISAT has the potential to become potentially the next leader of his party. I think the PNP has some very bright stars. That senator who you had on as well. I mean, I looked him up and he was what, 28, 29? And I'm thinking when I was that age, I was trying to figure out how to rent my first home or just do the basic things. And you've got young, fresh, talented, straight thinking, passionate, empathetic people like Isaac him and there are some on the other side as well who have the potential. Sometimes it's the old guards who stand in the way that block these people from progressing. But I will stand by the fact that I came on here and I said he's got the potential to go far. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to back down from the comment that I made, right? And I haven't spent time reporting on international politics. I've seen some of the loveliest, the most nicest politicians come. They say what they need to say. And we all know there's a difference between making campaign promises and holding power. Things change. And I've said it before, Isaac is a future prime minister. I can see it. And maybe I'm gonna
make them give him a big foot over here as his gamekeeper. You now make them give him a big foot over here.
I can't hear you. I can't hear anything. I'm gonna leave.
Something wrong with the system. And what them do to the system tonight? Let me play one song and nice up the show again. Not so Courtney. And until then.
Good morning. Tell the Jezebel, good morning. Delilah, you set up people to come kill me overnight. Delilah, good morning. Delilah, you get paid to kill me, but good morning.
Yeah, Jamaica. Okay. Are we hearing each other now?
Yes, I can.
Yes, hearing.
Yeah, man. I start to get a new song over here, you know. You want to hear it, my brother?
Is that a gospel song?
Yes, man, my brother. Because our neighbor. Can't and now we are because of the labor right. Anyhow, anyways, we get some new song in the studio and we are nice up the show, keep the show. You remember a few years ago when we used to all coordinate us at all on a Friday night, the whole we in yellow and the next week we in red and blue. We have to get back to those glory days, you know, my brother. And keep him looking about him and say, boy, that song really touched some people tonight. Yeah, one day. Remember when him say, I'll hold me right. And anyways, so we are at the reality now that
Isaac, you're still my favorite. You're still one of my favorite PNP politicians, by the way.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's all right. Noel, you are a seasoned journalist. Yeah, and I'm well equipped with the English language to know when somebody is being condescending. You can't. Let me say this. I will accept the insults, but I can tell you, not everybody, is people who lack capacity that use gimmicks as a means to deceive the people. The Jamaican people, I don't know about other places in the world, but the Jamaican people aren't just mindless, living, breathing entities that's stuck in politics. If that were the case, then the voting population wouldn't be 33% and lower from time to time.
True.
Happy to say that the statistics would have shown that it is a higher voting compared to the national voting that took place in Portland Eastern, and that's significant for me. But to say that we are to be training Jamaicans to listen and to make informed decisions about the future of the generations that follow. It's not just in the now. I can't understand when somebody says, oh, we are excited about development, brick and mortar, and exclusion of the people, and say that is gimmicks and promises, and politicians all do that. That cannot be what should be accepted. The political class of Jamaica has morphed and evolved into a completely different creature. And I saw even the response where you talk about paint with a broad brush. I was not in parliament when politicians were accepting salaries. And his information minister at the time, whom he had to fire and hire new information people as a part of the PR machinery, came out and said that when people were saying that they wanted to retract their salaries, including when Mark Jefferson Golden says, I'm not accepting the salary, and he had to give his two particular charities, said that based on the post, you had to accept it. That is how the government works. And the prime minister, because he's the man in charge, says he's not going to accept his as a election gimmick. But him have 5 ministries and him working. So him get minister salary. I'm not saying all of that. Leave the speaker of the house, husband, alone.
Your best friend.
It just burn you that I love the speaker of the house.
I leave you alone, because when the judgment take you one day in the house with she and you, and you see when I go say, Andre, you're out of order.
Still can do me no wrong. Leave me alone.
Yeah, my 2 cents on this, right? My 2 cents on this, Ishmael, right? My 2 cents on this thing here, right? When I hear you talk about good woman and good man, let me tell you something. If you have a good mother around you, if you have a good mother around you, Ishmael, right? There's no good woman is there for you, because DNA is around long time. Kia woman stay DNA. Kia woman stay Ishmael. Me I tell you, so you get her pregnant and that baby born, your mother inspect that baby more than anything else past that baby.
You know, no lie,
that's why people say good woman, because woman know how woman stay.
Say mother inspect your baby when the baby born.
Yeah, your mother inspect your baby. Ishmael and look on it and say, oh, this and mine, this and a long time DNA there, you know. Sometimes them get it wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes them get it right.
Yeah.
Your mother
know,
they tell more.
I don't lie, I tell you no. I don't lie, I tell.
So, me have a virgin, you know, Ishmael, right? I'm say to him, say, why we can't really trust no woman, you know, and him said the only woman him trust was the mother.
Yeah.
Because he never see mother with another man. I say, man, you, if you ask your father do not trust your mother. But true, you can't deal with your mother, you trust your mother. You know, time him father filed for him and his brother, you know, say, his brother a jacket.
Jesus, peace.
His brother a jacket.
Jesus, peace. I was waiting on one of these stories.
Ball out! And only woman him trust, you know, was the mother, you know. And when him father do the file, you know, Ishmael, his brother a jacket, you know.
Hey.
He must come back to me and say, boy, you never saw right in a life.
Yeah.
So you see, that's why I'm always tell a man, you know, Ishmael. You see the main thing where a man afraid about with, you know what I main thing a man afraid about with is because the woman carried in the house and the man carried in the road. It means that if the woman get pregnant, she carry the child in the house. When you get a woman pregnant, the child born out there. Right?
Yeah,
that is why man afraid of Jack. I'm afraid about.
I love to hear a woman's perspective on this, because all the woman them a go white the man clean and this, you know.
You see why me love my mother Ishmael? When me a grow, my mother used to carry me and go look for this man here. Right?
Yeah.
That time I look a bit and I went up and down and left the toilet and I don't know where I go. I see this man buy me 5 pair of shoes. So I used to say, oh, me have 2 father. You know? This when me get bigger now. And me I realize and say, this man must be there with my mother why buy me 5 pair of shoes.
5, not even one, you know.
My mother still alive.
Not even
and
1 or 2.
My mother said,
5.
Mama, who are really my father? My mother said to me, say, don't you have a father? Don't you have a name? Just take what you get.
Jesus.
That's why I love my mother.
Jesus.
You have a father, you have a name, just take what you get.
We not be Lord of His mercy. That sound like such a woman thing to say.
Help. We are the Valeria.
We need your divine intervention.
Man.
No, you can't help it. You have to love your mother. You can't help it.
My mother teach me everything. Everything about woman. Everything. Although me get hurt, you know. My mother tell me to be careful.
Right.
Me never live to see my mother live a house the next man in a house, Ishmael. And my mother and father left whole part time.
Yeah.
When they say my mother and father left a whole part time, but she never carry the next man at the house. You know when my mother left my father got foreign and my father don't know.
Jesus.
My mother reached England without my father.
Oh, she did that. Oh, she did that.
Me just see when a man say, boy, good woman and good this. It's a jacket thing. It's not an easy thing.
Listen,
jacket
I'm going to say something to you, big brother. I'm going to say something to you, big brother. Yeah. My mother tell me this point blank. And I can tell you without a doubt. I just like every other man, I can swear for no other woman. I can swear for my mother. I've never seen her with another man. So because I've never seen her, I trust her. However, my mother tell me point blank, say, if, God forbid, my father should pass, she done with man. That my mother tell me, say, no. And I stand here and I tell you, I don't believe her. Because she's a human being. I don't believe her, but she's a human being.
I never see my mother bring her next man at the house, Ishmael. And my mother and father pull up a lot of time and get back. But me know self, since growing up, my sister she cheat. She touch the road, because my father used to touch the road. Because right now, Ishmael, we are man, you know. And if you see 19 women on the road, they never cheated, you know.
No woman,
if you look at woman right now, they never cheat yet.
You ever notice?
They never cheat.
So where the jacket them come from then? They just build it at you.
That me ask them, you know. Ishmael, that me ask them, you know.
No
where
woman
the
never
come
cheat.
from.
So if no woman never cheat, oh man look for other man so and say man a clown.
That's right.
Somebody's lying.
Mother is protect by we. But mother protect we as boy pitney.
Yes.
That's why she inspect our child and them look for mark. Them look for mark, them turn pitney side where them turn for oh this is my son one. This is my son one.
Yes.
This are this are that. Cause them know what woman capable of doing.
Yes.
No, Ishmael. And you know for we are jacket they said I told this DNA come in, man. And this DNA
hey,
this
Chief,
blood DNA come in.
Chief, you own the back of worms. You own the back of worms in the comments.
You look and pass it. Or don't pass it. I said, no, this it's like when the caller before tell us she accept her son jacket. So she know, but she accept it. And she says that jacket, but she accept it. That is all they pass its child back in those days. Because they know that woman run a lot of jacket. If 20 women call her right now, Ishmael, them never cheated and them never give a jacket.
But we're not, Chief. In the comments right now as I speak, everybody typing say them never cheat yet. Every one of them in the comments never cheat yet. Ball out.
Ball out. What?
Every one of them virtuous. Me love Pdtv family. See man, none of them are not cheat over here. Not one of them.
That's my 2 cents, you know. I go out in a class, you know.
Yes, man. Respect, brother.
Come on, man.
Thank you for calling Saturday Night Live. Talk to me. The virtuous women of Pdtv. Love it. Yeah, man. Wait. Hold on. Doreen says she cheat. Ball out.
Ball out. Whoa, yo. We need help.
Doreen, big up yourself. Doreen a one fear one. Doreen say she cheat. Yeah. Yes, man. Talk to me, Chief. How you doing? Hello?
Good night.
Yeah, man.
Ishmael, calling from Texas.
Yeah.
A Jamaican from Manchester.
All right.
My name is Ishmael Toso.
Yes, man. Big up, big up, big up. Big up.
Yes. Grew up in the church, just like you too.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Mother for the church, father for the church. Church before they used to have Red Oak. I don't know if you know about Red Oak Church.
I've heard of it.
So you know a long time. Yeah. But me I said team born and stuff. Well, my mother died from 2006. My father never looked back on a woman. So you believe your mother, may I tell you? I mean, no,
man, no. I listen. So I'm not saying I believe her that she has never cheated, but because she's a human being and I'm a human being, I cannot definitively say that she'll never want somebody else. That's what I mean. She's a human being.
Yes, you want somebody else. Yes, but if he believe in a God and he say, Ray, just like how my father, well, my father and mother did say the same thing. That's why I tell you, say love is very powerful, you know, and if you think about it, you make get what you say, you know, because we are flesh.
Right. Yeah.
Love will make you when after your father or your mother or anyone pass, he's like in can't see nobody else. My father never go back in the room, go back to sleep, the room where my mother up to today there. I think I know Melissa, the water that come in.
I'm a run going there.
Sister say, yeah, my sister. That so and as soon as he cool down, he go back in my room, my front room. You know, sleeping at he never go back in there. Love a funny thing, man. Me know a lady come from England, Ishmael.
Yeah.
And I flirt with him and all our brother and sister them all a week there Jamaica with their beach and we say, Dada. How we call him Dada. The man say, no, sir. You know when my mother make no other people call me an English lady, you know, come take you and Queen Grand Pitney them. So me believe your mother. May I tell you?
No, my mother's a Christian, you know. My mother's a Christian, you know. So my mother is very serious about her marriage and her and her Christian life and her Christian walk. Very serious about it.
Yeah, but get what you say too. But may I tell you, it will happen. Me get what you say, but it will happen. Yes.
All right.
One of these days, I go link on Jay too, you know, because I watch enough I watch on Jay before even you exist.
Yeah,
so just tell him he have a follower Texas from Jamaica. So Ishmael.
Yeah, man, respect Ishmael. Respect Ishmael.
Know, God hear we name. So
yes, man. God hears. Yes, man. All right, Ishmael.
We're coming through. Reverse the curve. Send back the order. Reverse the curve. Send back the order. Where he come from? Anywhere he come from. If a Jamaica, if a Clarendon, if a St. Thomas he come from, St. Mary, send it back, send it back. We don't want to hear ya. Come out to Jamaica, leave we Highland, leave Jamaica, leave Jamaica. We say leave Jamaica. We are going to